DeadlyDrac is back yet again with another video at Monster-Man Reviews, filling your screens with terror. So beware, you are in for a scare. Now that I have seeked approval for more content in Killer Flicks and are not only the viewers rapidly rising to my surprise beyond the grave, I also got the approval from the Dark Man himself from the Wolfia Lair. Today's topic at Monster-Man Reviews is a very special one indeed. DeadlyDrac has been given a first ever request review from a loyal, horrific viewer. First to mention, thank you to the viewer for your request. I'll protect the identity of the deceased, so you little beaver out there, this one is for you. Also, side note, any of you ghouls and goblins that would like to see me review your favorite horror movies, don't hesitate to comment below. Let DeadlyDrac know. All I ask is if it's accessible. If I can't view it, then I won't review it. Sorry to disappoint. With that out of the way, let's get to the review. So for today's topic is Zombeavers, released in 2014 and is directed by Rubin, who directed superhero movie. What the fuck? The thing horror movies and I, DeadlyDrac, have in common, not only are we monstrous beings made for entertainment of others, we were both dead around the Japanese remake / jigsaw torture porn era. Not all of the movies in this decade were horrible, but some of the horror movies throughout the years were hit or miss. But this film slipped through the cracks. Zombeavers is a horror comedy with low-budget release in Germany, casting very familiar faces, such as Cortney for those of you who remember her in the Silent Night 2012 remake, Hutch, Dano, who I've been seeing a lot in Zeke and Luther recently, and Jake Weary, who was in It Follows, and also It Chapter 2. Holy shit! So proof, doing shitty horror movies does further your career, only to boomerang back to its previous cycle. Heh. Also, Rachel Melvin is another casting character who I saw in Mom and Dad recently, which was a pretty decent film. And also, finally, Lexi Atkins, who was in these group of girls named Zoe, Mary, and Jen head on the road for the weekend to spend time in a cabin to relax and let loose, and you know, the usual. Just smoke some drugs and have premarital sex. But all plans go awry, all because two minor characters who barely have any relevance to the characters drop a batch of toxins into a lake. Let's just call those toxins COVID-19. Aside from the forgettable characters, the film features decent actors that feel believable as friends and gives very funny dialogue not to be taken seriously. Almost reminds me of Thanksgiving in its tone. So after the girls resort to their cabin, they all want to hang out at the lake. Cortney Palm, yet again for the horror fans, shows her pom-poms for the gratuitous nudity. The trio of friends spot a dam, hoping to spot a beaver, but they then run into the bear from the fucking Revenant, only to be saved by this Yosemite Sam looking motherfucker. I forgot some of the names of the characters, so forgive me, so I'm just going to call him Big Hoss. So Big Hoss managed to creep the tension, so after that creepy encounter, the girls head back for Would You Rather. Oh, the game, not the movie.
Alright, Jen, would you rather? Go. Okay. Would you rather never be able to use a tampon, or never be able to use lipstick.
That is so lame, Jen. I've got one. Are you ready?
Would you rather watch your mom get murdered by your daddy, or get raped by your daddy while your mom had to watch?
Well, that escalated quickly. The game becomes abrupt when there's a loud bang at their door. Never seeing a horror movie, the girls go to investigate, only to realize it's their boyfriends playing a prank. After they ensue in full-blown intercourse, Jen, and again, I forgot about names, so I'm just going to call the boyfriend Zeke. So Zeke apparently has issues with Jen that they never resolved, but all of that is out the window. Zeke, being the eager beaver that he is, haha, attempts to reconcile only to be rejected. The film had me thinking Jen would be the final girl, but the film subverts our expectations left and right, feeling like a cheesy, fun throwback you'd watch with your friends. The gang becomes infected once attacked by the beavers. Yes, I did just say that. Once infected, they mutate into the funniest form of fucking zombies I had ever seen. Though the story lacks a plot but delivers an entertaining, wicked concept that manages to be better in its execution. One or two scenes I'd like to mention for spoilers' sake is, for one, that I purely enjoyed the film. And so the scene where Zoe is taking care of her boyfriend, but surprise, surprise, he's become infected and needs an insatiable hunger for human flesh. Looking to devour Zoe, but gets Big Hoss instead. Zoe tries to prevent further chaos, but all fails in the funniest fucking scene I had ever seen that I had to show you. After that, the remaining survivors try to fight off the beavers to get through the night. One way or another, the gang becomes infected, and again, subverting our expectations by Mary leading the group as the final girl. Once Zoe and Mary comfort each other by confronting one another about who is infected. I thought after Jen had died and become infected, Mary would have been the sole survivor, but no. After Mary suspects Zoe being infected, a complete 180 turns, and it turns out that Mary has been infected all along. Zoe becomes the survivor after struggling to maintain safety. Zoe heads for the main road, and a car becomes clear on the horizon. And oh look, it's those minor characters I mentioned. Out of severe irony, the movie ends where it began, with a hit and run, ending the film finally. In a synopsis, though the characters and plot were forgettable, needless to say, for the most part, it makes up for in its writing and gnarly effects. Though it's no Savini or Nicotero, for that matter, but for what it accomplished with only a $40,000 payoff at the box office, it succeeds and gets praise from the Monster-Man himself, and would recommend if you have not seen. I also left a treat in the description below for those that have not seen it, and for DeadlyDrac's rating, I have to give this movie a 5.6 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie, and again, thank you for the viewer who requested it. I hope you definitely enjoyed this review. For those of you that have seen Zombeavers, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did, or was it not so much your favorite? Also, if any of you little creepers would like to make a suggestion to DeadlyDrac, just take a look at the list or give me a suggestion, and DeadlyDrac will be gladly to insist. I hope everyone has a spooky day.